Welcome to the Illuminati broadcast. I'm your Messiah, David Moore. What's up? All right, so Messiah means messenger, right? I hope. Anyways, so we have the Grand Cross right here, right? Saturn, and then this is Orion's belt. If you go outside, you can see it up in the sky. Right now, we're in the month of March, so that lets you know Saturn is heavy, so obviously that's why we have the Grand Cross. So I noticed that, what's today, the 26th or the 27th? I don't remember. But it's on this day. And if you go outside and you look at the moon, it should be around here. But since it's in Aquarius, I noticed that this is the symbol for Aquarius. You just can't see it because I kind of colored it in. And this one is Libra. But I'll draw a new squiggly line. But yeah, Aquarius is right here and Aquarius is right here. So I went outside and I noticed the moon was right here in the east. Remember, this is the east, right? Green is the east. I'm teaching you guys, I guess, geometry and geography. So the green is the east. Yeah, some guy was saying gematria can build things. Yes, see, this is building. These are building blocks. Anyways, yeah, so I saw the moon was here in Aquarius. So the moon was right here for this day, but it was strangely, it's situated in the area that it would face, right here. So I guess it's super potent today because of that double Aquarius energy, and did have like a green reflex to it. Once you study this and you have a really good grasp of like how it works, and you go and you look at the stars and you do astronomy, you'll notice that it matches it perfectly. It's crazy how the ancients used this formula to be able to decipher astrology without all the extra measurements. It's very precise, and all you need to know is like this is 9, right? So there's this thing called the Eliads or the Edians or Edians. So Horus versus Set, right? We know that Yugi versus Seto. Horus was the pharaoh, right? So the pharaohs are Horus, the hawk, the son of Osiris, or you can say Jesus as well. But another thing, somebody was saying something about like this Egyptian stuff, like the Jews, the difference between the Jews and the Egyptian. Like, there's no difference between them. If anything, the Egyptians were higher up there. The Jews were the Egyptians. But the Jews that we have now in Israel, they're not the same Jews that... No, those are the Jews that killed Jesus, right? Because, yeah, they wanted to take over Israel, and Jesus was like, you guys aren't my people, what the heck? So he turned everybody, all his real Jews into Christians, right? And Catholics. Anyways, yeah, so I don't hate the Jews in Israel right now. I really admire them because they want to be part of our tribe. They want to be part of our clan. They want to worship me. So, I'm giving them that chance. All right, but, obviously they had to prove their mettle by putting me up there in the temple, right? And not an image, but like the actual physical body, All right, so anyways, the moon is right here in Aquarius, which is so cool once you realize it. Like, the past couple days, the moon was going like this, actually. So I guess from here, kind of like this. And while the days were passing, the moon was moving like this. So it matches. It's just crazy cool, right? So we have the 32 days, right, for the months. We have the 12 months. We have the 7 days of the week right here. And then we have the 24 hours of a day on the second ring. And if we look at these 9 planets right here, the Edians or Edians are this, like, even in Greek they used them, but in Egyptian, and they became Christian, if you didn't know that. They used those values and to put them into Christian values. So a long time ago, the Egyptians with Horus, he needed a council. So Set was fighting with violence and power. He's like, I'm stronger. But Horus was like, well, it's my right to rule because I was born for this and I was my blood. Like, I'm the next in line. It's my throne. And so Set was fighting him like, no, it's mine. And Horus wins, but he uses the help of these 9 planets, the Edians, the Adians. Even in Final Fantasy, I guess you could call them Eidolons. But anyways, yeah, so he used this to conquer Set. And when you see Yugi versus Kaiba, Yugi uses those 3 swords. Those 3 swords are going to be Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, right? So those three air signs, those three spades, those three swords of David. And then Seto uses the blue eyes white dragon. You get this like iconography over here, obviously, because water represents dragons. But he also uses like an ox, battle ox, that's on the image. And right here you have like the image of Gaia the Fierce Knight. So yeah, you can tell they use this template to figure out how to make the Yu-Gi-Oh story really cool. I just wanted to throw that information out there. Also, I noticed Japan is like really intelligent because they're geared for war and they're going to trample over everybody that gets in their way. So if I don't become king of the world, obviously, they're going to put me up there. So if America can't do it, they're going to do it. And they don't care who they have to step on to get up there, right? To get me up there. Let's see. I know America's going to do really good in the war. I know they're going to win. Obviously, I'm American. Like, we have to win. Like, I don't want us to lose. I want us to win. You know, like, we're all in this together. Even Japan knows that. Like, come on, like, we don't want you guys to like slack. We want you guys to win. But like, if you can't get King David up there, then we're gonna have to do it ourselves, like by ourselves. But they know that America's gonna do it. So there's like this, like, we trust you, but we don't really believe it, but we have to, and we want to, and please don't let us down kind of thing, right? So let's see what happens next in the story of Castle Demon Lord. Bye.